as a kid, obviously, you're sitting there going, come on, I want to open my next present.
Hello guys and welcome back to Planet 40k. Today is the 24th of December, it is Christmas Eve, and today we've got my buddy Aaron.
How's it going, guys?
Otherwise known as Demon Prince Powie here on the channel. We're doing a Christmas mukbang. We're going to be answering your questions and just having a good laugh really. Christmas vibes and all that. So Aaron, first of all we're going to start with you. What have you been doing lately?
Well, I've been trying to work on the channel, as you know. Trying to push the lives out, but time has been struggling. My time is not being used proficiently. So it's been difficult to get the lives out, it's been difficult to get the content out, and then obviously there's other things going on in my personal life. So with the YouTube channel side of things, it's slow. I want to put more out. I'm going to try and do a bit more next year.
Yeah. You'll continue those lives?
Yes, I definitely want to do more lives. I want to do more going through lists, tactics, how to play a game as well.
Yeah,
on
the table.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm going to stop you there because I'm getting hungry. I need to eat something.
No, you don't have to stop me, just move in. So, yeah, that's my plan with the lives. Possibly building and painting models as well. I think that would be a cool concept to do. I know it might bore people, but people like to join in. People like a chill vibe.
It's interactive, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
That's one of the plans for next year. You got plans for next year?
Have I got plans for next year? Let me just swallow this sausage roll. Yeah, channel-wise, I was unsure before this whole Christmas countdown thing. I wasn't really sure what I was going to do, what avenues to take. I think I'm going to be putting everything into one channel. I wasn't going to do that, but it kind of just makes more sense because it doesn't tie me down to certain factions. And
Yeah.
Like at the moment, I've got Tyranids, obviously Necrons, and I've even got Space Marines, which I don't really touch at the moment. And it's like, I've got to do a Tyranid video, and I don't want to be tied. I want to just do what I want freely. If I want to do an Orc video, I do an Orc video, and so on. Obviously, I'm going to be mainly Necrons and Tyranids, with a hint of Space Marines at the side, but
yeah,
I don't want to be tied. So I'm going to put it all into one. A lot of people did actually recommend doing that. So they'll be saying I told you so, but that's fine.
That's fine, but I remember the original idea was having an umbrella, right? It was Planet 40k news or whatever, and then it filtered down into the factions and it ended up like a pyramid scheme.
It did.
It was the idea. And it was the right idea on paper, and I think when you made that decision at the time, it was the right decision at the time. But hindsight is a great thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? It's just turned out it just didn't quite work as well. I
just stopped, I'm going to be honest, I stopped enjoying it for that exact reason that I just mentioned before. I was almost doing a Tyranid video or a Marine video for the sake of it, and that's not how I want to operate. I want to do things for fun. So yeah, going back to your original question, what am I going to be doing apart from that? I want to be getting more into the terrain, I want to be getting more into the hobby inside, the painting.
Okay.
I want to be getting more into the magnetising side. Hopefully the Magnet Baron will be doing something with the Magnet Baron very shortly, hopefully. Still in the works. But yeah, more of the hobby and stuff, and more of a personal touch rather than being this sort of encyclopedia of Necrons. I want to go a bit more personal and interact a bit more.
Necronpedia.
Necronpedia.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good phrase for you there.
That sounded a little bit weird, but yeah. So that's me.
It's a bit close to necrophilia, but hey.
I'll leave that with you. Right.
So going on your plans, obviously my plans I brushed on doing the lives. Obviously, you're going into a single channel.
Yes.
And I'm Planet 40k Chaos Demons.
Yes.
The plan for me would to be rebranding the channel. So I've got
which was actually the original idea.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I kind of dragged you in a bit,
but you gave me the push. You
push. You did need a push.
Yeah, you gave me it was a violent push, but it was a push.
It was either that or a cliff.
But so I'm gonna rebrand the channel, and I'll update everybody with a channel update before the end of the year. From January the 1st, there'll be a new channel name, and then obviously.
Any ideas on the name?
Yes, I'm gonna go with Demon Prince Gaming.
Demon Prince Gaming, cool.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah, well, I'm Demon Prince Powie, so it kind of makes sense. And then I'm kind of not doing the same as you, but I've got a few series that I'm going to do. So the first thing I'm doing, and I think I know what you're going to mention, is my series. First series is going to be a rate it or hate it series. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Similar.
So I'm going to do a rate it or hate it series, and that's the way I'm going to do reviews.
Same.
Yeah. I'm going to just go blah blah blah, and I'm going to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down. No between. Just got to pick at that moment. Bosh. Done. I think that's a fun way because it's a YouTubey thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. We've got this. What people forget. Yes, we're going to give you insight and tactics and how to get use out of every inch, ladies.
No, open that.
Are you opening?
I'm opening something. Yeah.
Okay. So get use out of every inch and stuff with all the tactics and what have you. Yeah. See, mine's gone blank now. Tangents.
Well, I can get some questions done. There's a few joke questions to get through, and a few people were like, "You have to say this in the video," so I will. And it's just as distinct. How much deeper would oceans be if sponges didn't live there? Yes, that was the first question that came to his mind. He had anything he could ask in the whole entire universe, and that was it.
Welcome to the channel. This is fun.
What kind of question is that?
You know,
it's all good.
Personally,
yeah,
I think the ocean levels wouldn't rise as much if SpongeBob SquarePants didn't live under the sea.
I didn't think you were going to actually answer that.
No, I've got to try and answer it. SpongeBob's the GOAT.
Well, I've got another one for you. Error 401. Do you like frogs? They will get more serious in a moment, guys. I'm just getting these out of the way.
This is like generally what they were like. Do you like frogs? Yeah. Do you like frogs? Because I think these are more directed towards you rather than me.
Not really.
They're okay.
I don't have any feelings toward frogs.
They're okay.
Good or bad?
Actually, I kind of like frogs because they eat a lot of flies, and I hate flies.
Is that true? I'll take your word.
In TV shows and movies, they eat flies.
Then it's true, right?
Like they eat more mealworms and stuff, you know. But yeah, I'm not a naturist. I don't really know.
I've got one more joke one. It's, I don't want to butcher the name, it's Togira Ikonakona? No, I've got that, I've really butchered it.
Togira Ikonaka. Oh,
you've done better than I have, but I think
sorry bud, sorry.
How many Skitarii does it take to change a light bulb?
They shouldn't have to change a light bulb, they're Admech, right? That's Admech, yeah?
Yeah.
So why are they changing a light bulb? They're all techie.
It's probably just the one, right?
I'd say none. I'd say they'd have
infinite
power!
Cool. Let's get on to some more real questions.
Go on then, go for it.
We've got one from Wee Father. What must-take items do you always have when you travel to a game?
What must-take items must you always travel to a game? Regardless of actual models and stuff.
Yeah, just must-have items that are not models.
That are not models. For me at the moment, definitely these. Where are they? The index cards. You can't quite see them. I think they're a must. I think they're actually brilliant.
You was quite slow to that, weren't you?
Yeah, because I was like, I got it on my phone. But then they're actually quite worth their weight in gold. Actually,
especially the way my brain works, it's so forgetful in game. When you've just got it right there, it's like there it is, strength 5.
I suppose it's different for you though as well. I know you can remember that, and I'm quite good at remembering data sheets to an extent, right? But you've got different detachments now. You've got 5 different rules going off. You've got different stratagems going off now. You can't remember them all off the cuff.
No, I don't right at the moment. No.
I don't think anybody can. And if you do say you can, I think you're a liar, because I find many people go, "Oh, it's this stratagem," and then the game ends, and then they go, "Oh, actually, that was for the detachment I weren't even playing."
Yeah.
So I think they're a godsend, the index cards. I really do, and I'll go on and say I don't mind buying new ones with a new codex.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Yeah. The only little annoyance I've got with them is I don't think they've got the detachment cards in them.
Oh, do they not?
No. So if you want to see just your card with just the stratagems, not there. Need the codex.
Okay, that's a bit silly.
Bit annoying.
GW for you. But I think we timed that eating a bit wrong there, mate.
I was just about to say, we're both gobbling up. Alright, let's go for another one. Deca Meta. What old model would you like GW to bring back in a new form? That could apply to Tyranids, it could be demons, Necrons, whatever.
See, I've not been playing Hammer as long as you.
No, you haven't.
Really?
I was playing since I was a teenager.
Yeah, so that's...
I'm nearly 40 now. You know what I mean?
I'm not far off. Well, I'll let you answer that, and then I'll have a think for you.
New form, let me have a little look. See, a lot of people want the Nightbringer changing.
I like it.
I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, I don't like my paint job, but I do like it.
I think because it's resin, isn't it? It's
yeah,
not plastic.
The problem is the resin thing. But when you've got the Void Dragon, which is up there, that's such a huge model with a huge base, it kind of makes you feel, why is that so small? So,
okay,
I could agree with people, but what else do we have? The Locust Destroyers, they could probably do with something. They're quite ancient. But overall, I'm not unhappy with our range, to be honest.
I'm just trying to think demons-wise.
Demons-wise, you've got...
I like our model, that's why I went with them. I like the models, you know what I mean? I like the big guys, I think they all look good. I don't think there's any ugly.
Anything from Tyranids? I like the new Death Leaper.
He's big. That Norn.
Norn.
I know that's a brand new thing, but that, yeah, I think that's an amazing model.
That is a cool
But I like the big guys anyway. That is a difficult question. That's a difficult question for me to answer there, but
yeah, you've only really started.
Yeah,
when did you start? Was it
beginning of 9th? Yeah.
So that's only really a few. How many years is that?
A couple of years. 3 years. 3.5.
3. Yes. Well, it was during COVID, wasn't it? So it's a bit hard to remember.
2019ish.
Yeah, so not long really.
No, I've not, and I've like dabbled in a few armies, but
you started off with Drukhari, wasn't it? It lasted about 3 weeks, and you're like, I'm done with these.
Like I was like, yeah, dark space elves, because I played D&D, so I thought, dark elves, they'll be cool. And I don't think they were in a good place when I first took over. But you told me demons would put.
They're still on.
No, but you no. This is where I'm gonna kind of fight my corner now. Is I remember looking over and I weren't sure what I wanted to do. And I mentioned demons. Your words were, don't do them, mate. They're poo. I wouldn't even bother. They are rubbish. And I went, you know what? You know what you're talking about because you've been playing this game since you were a teenager. So I tell you what, yes. So I went with the Drukhari and I couldn't get to grips with how they worked. Maybe it's because I was a new player. I don't think they were new player friendly. Or maybe it was my naivety as well, you know what I mean? And then obviously I drifted from Drukhari into Space Marines. And
but you did beat me a few times with your Marines. With your...
I reckon we played 20 times and I reckon I got 3, maybe 4 wins with them.
No, but whenever you were Raven Guard, you slapped me.
Not every time, only a couple of times.
Nearly.
Only a couple of, I was probably better with that chapter. I like the Iron Hands as well. But I couldn't get to grips with them because they're quite elitist. Okay, they're quite an elite army. So I don't know what do I do, and then I can't remember even how I took the plunge of going into demons. I just went into it, and they were one of the worst factions at the beginning of 9th. You were
trying to show me up, is what it was.
They were one of the worst factions during 9th, beginning of 9th, and I played better with them. They just suited my play.
Well, you like the big guys, don't you? Even with Blood Bowl, you used to like the big.
Yeah.
What was the faction you used to play in Blood Bowl?
I played a few. I played
ones with the big guys, ogres.
Yeah, they were poo, but I love playing them. I like a challenge.
Yeah. I
don't want to go like now. It's 10th edition, and I know some people in my local meta that are like, I'm just getting into the hobby. I've got a few minutes. I tell you what, I might try Eldar. Yeah, I know your game.
So yeah,
I'm not a meta chaser.
No,
I like a challenge. I like someone middle of the boat or just below. And demons were like obviously really low, along with guard, and then obviously got into them. Loved them. Loved the models. Running 20 bloodletters, 20 demonettes, 20 horrors. Bring that back, please, because Horde. Want Horde back in demons, man. I think we're solely missing them. But yeah.
I think that's the way they play with the big guys to accommodate.
Yeah, but
but that's more Tyranids though. That's why I thought you'd like Tyranids. I pushed you into Tyranids and you kind of didn't feel
I've got them and I play them a bit, but because of obviously the channel and the league I'm in and stuff, I'm playing more demons than anything. And I just love playing demons. I think they're awesome. And I mean, I did tease knights, if you remember.
Oh, that I wouldn't have liked that. You coming around here every day with knights.
Just 3 models. Right, I'm ready.
Yeah. How long did it take you to make a list? About 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort that.
That's not for everybody. But...
Okay, we got I'm doing it again. Very blocky. What is your favourite 40k miniature, just from a looks perspective?
Ooh, there's a couple. Do you know what's grown on me? Tell you what's grown on me? The Rubik Marine.
Okay.
I don't know why.
What, the Egyptian looking one?
Yeah, I just look at it and I just go, that's for 1,000 Suns if you don't know. Yeah, I kind of like look at it and go, nice. I'm not saying it's my favourite, but it's grown on me as an aesthetic looking model. My favourite though, I love I can't pronounce it, the Vortex Beast from 1,000 Suns. It's got his little power orb on his head, it's like that, and it's like dribbling and stuff. Oh, that's a cool looking model.
My two, I don't think neither of them are Necrons. Just thinking what the other one is. The first one is the Swarm Lord. That dragged me into Tyranids and I was like, yes, that is the one.
Yeah.
And you'll like this one. Soul Grinder.
I thought you might say that, because I remember you saying
Soul
that
Grinder
before.
from your codex. I just love it, yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
But I also do like just the Necron Warriors. I know that's really basic, but the Terminator, I used to love the film Terminator.
T60s, was it?
T45s,
I don't know.
T100, I don't know. Terminator somethings, and they've got that look, and that's what drew me in.
Yeah.
To Necrons in general, so yeah. That's why I'd go for Warriors as well, from the Necrons anyway.
So,
bang, by the way, whatever these are.
Cheese balls.
Oh.
I'm going to actually pick out a Necron, before we move on, Necron model I like, that. And I'm going to say the Silent King.
You're going to get this. What are you going to do with Silent King?
I like the look of the model.
in terms of what you like.
Yeah, in the again, it's a big guy. But I just love that he's standing there with 2 cronies there and he's like, look at my massive laser guns.
Well, you're going to say something else there.
Easy. So, going back to Necrons, quick change of pace, we'll come back to them in a minute, yeah?
Yeah.
So, how do you think your Christmas countdown videos have done, speaking about Necrons? And Tyranids, we mentioned Tyranids a little bit as well.
The idea was there.
Yeah.
This was going back to like October, because I have to plan it well in advance. And yeah, so I got 24 videos sort of planned, and then it came out, news came out that it's going to be between December and March that the Necron Codex is coming out. And I thought, bugger, I bet it comes out in December. So I had a decision to make, because I had to take November off to prepare.
Yeah.
Do I wait and then have, if it didn't come out, I have nothing? Or do I plan it and then, and basically that's what I did. So I planned for it, and of course the Codex comes out in the first week of December. So your question was, how well do you think it went? I don't think it did, because I think you guys at home are probably more interested right now in how units are doing, the detachments, the stratagems, the synergy, and there I am talking about how a flayed one is better than a Von Ryan's Leaper, or the other way around in fact. The Von Ryan's Leaper is better than flayed ones, and it didn't quite work when we've got a brand new codex to talk about, and that was the problem. I took a risk, didn't quite work, but they did okay.
Are you going to do it next year?
I'm not sure. Not sure yet. The reason being is a lot goes into it. It's a lot of stress, and I get a lot of stress from work as well. Yeah. During this time of year. So having double bubble stress is hard. Hence why I took literally an entire month off of YouTube just to get ahead. And then when it all goes to crap, it's like.
Well, I mean, you could go down different avenues with it. The countdown could be a 2-minute video.
It could.
It doesn't have to be overly in depth.
I do have some other ideas. I don't want to say too much because they may not come in, they might not actually happen. But I want to look at some more adventurous vlog type videos. That's all I'll say about them. I'll leave it there.
Okay.
I'll leave that there.
Was that like a mini spoiler there?
Maybe, but if it doesn't happen, then it's nothing. So
no, yeah.
I don't know. That's the avenue I want to go down as a YouTuber. It's more of a personal route. Like I said already, rather than being an encyclopedia, I want to go down the. It's not all about me, but
it is.
In a way, it is. It's the channel. I want it to be about the channel, but I don't want to be the... I'm not Wahapedia.
No, but...
And I'm not Mr. You-Know-Who, Mr. Tactics. I'm not him. It's... I want my own lane. So...
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's about, like I say, about finding your own lane.
I mean, I do in a way have my own lane, but I don't know if this sounds horrible or not, but I'm a bit more ambitious than that. And at the moment, I don't feel like I'm hitting where I want to hit.
That's fair.
Does that make sense?
No, that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. You obviously have goals and achievements you want to do via YouTube. And like you say, there's a ceiling, and sometimes you have to adapt and evolve.
Yeah.
And change your product, because it's a product at the end of the
It
day.
is.
What you're putting out is a product. And people, the lovely people at home that are watching now, watch you and your product.
Yeah, that is true. So that's why I want to evolve it into that.
Yeah, no, I get it. No, I get it. I'm going to offer you one of these because I'm going to beat them.
Have you already ate that many?
I've had like 3 or 4. And I've gone through the strawberry dreams.
You would have the strawberry. The strawberry ones and the orange ones are the...
I love strawberry dreams.
Everyone hates them, but I love them.
Oh, I love strawberry dreams.
I'm going to have a mouthful.
So is that what it's like in your house then? Everyone like goes, I'll have the golden barrels, I'll have the hazelnut, but you're like strawberry dreams and the orange, what are they called, orange?
Not them. The creams, orange creams and strawberry creams.
Yeah, they're my favourite.
They're for me, they're always left over. I'm just like, oh, I'll take all of them.
See, when I was a kid, my old man used to have the strawberry dreams. I think that's where I get it from. So it's like I had to get them in before it. No one ate the nuts in our house.
I don't mind them.
No, no one really ate the nuts in our house. And then at home now, we're not allowed nuts at all because they could kill the wife. So
fair enough.
Yeah, so no nuts and mushrooms or the wife is dead.
Right, let's get back on track. This one's quite a tricky question. I don't know how we're going to answer that. This is from Taj. Thoughts about Forgeworld models in the new detachments? I've not had a...
Ours got pushed to Legends, so I can't really answer that.
You're not going to help me on this one, are you?
No, that's a Necron thing, that is.
Okay, let's have a little run through the Seraptic Heavy Construct. I mean, you can hyperphase it with the Hyper Crypt Legion, with the new... You know, we're basically doing Chaos Demons better than you now.
Yeah, I'm not
love that.
Yeah,
love that. You got there's 3 Canoptic units in there. Acanthrites, Tombstalker, and Tomb Sentinel. They will interact with the Canoptic Court.
Is that Forgeworld, the worm thing?
Yeah, it's 2 worm things.
Oh.
They've both got Deep Strike. They're like light vehicles kind of thing.
Right. Okay.
Although they're not. I think they're monsters.
I always wondered why you didn't have it.
Yeah,
because it's Forgeworld.
Yeah, I don't own it. One of them's got like a good heavy weapon, although it's not really anti-monster and vehicle anymore. I think it's damage 2, but a lot short, like strength 10 but damage 2 or something. It's a bit of a strange weapon. And what else do we have in there? Acanthrites, Tomb Sentinel. I'm definitely missing. Oh, the
Vault.
Tesseract.
Is it Tesseract Vault?
Arc.
Arc.
It's the Arc. I said it in one of the videos. I think it might have been yesterday's video actually. Tesseract Arc is a weird one. Every edition it goes either too pricey or it's okay, but then they nerf the weapons. It's just a light vehicle that can do stuff, but a lot of other units in the codex can also do that stuff.
Yeah.
So buying it, you may as well save your money, pretty much.
Okay.
But the big one though, the big spider looking thing, the Seraptic Heavy Construct, it's like £200+. And if you want to buy the added, and if you want to buy the added weaponry, it's like 42 quid for just the gun.
So you're like nearly £300 in.
250 or something. Yeah, it's stupid. I want it because it's actually really good, but whenever I mention it, you get a lot of comments saying it's rubbish.
They're legal at the minute.
Yeah. It's just Forgeworld, isn't it?
Yeah. No, because ours got moved to Legends.
No, they're in
the
what's that book called? I forgot the book now. The book where all the Forgeworld stuff is.
Okay.
I forgot what you call it now. But yeah, you can relate to the Canoptic Court with the Canoptic units because you get to re-roll your hit rolls over 1 naturally, and if you're in your new Power Matrix thing, which is like Shadows of Chaos, you get to re-roll everything.
Okay.
Which is
dirty.
When you got like, I know this is a Forgeworld question, but when you got your Doomstalkers, for example, and you got 3 of them, and all of a sudden you've got D6+1 attacks of blast, and you're re-rolling everything, and they Overwatch on a 5+ in your turn, and they're re-rolling everything. It's like gets quite nasty.
Yeah.
You can turn on Devastating Wounds for 2 CP, and it's like it gets nasty. But yeah, I've not tried enough to kind of. Well, I don't even own half of those models, to be honest with you, so I couldn't really test it.
What about the there's Tyranids ones, isn't there? There's some Tyranids ones. Is it the Herodin?
Yeah, there's 4. There's the Herodin, which is that big aircraft. Herodan. There's the Herodjewel or Elephant. I don't know, I get them all mixed up. But there's a big giant.
There's the Barber Jewel, Barber Streisand. I don't know.
Barber Streisand.
I can't say it.
The Barbed Herodjewel, the Scythed Herodjewel. That's the 2 big. They're actually quite good.
Yeah, one's shooty and one's nommy.
They both kind of do the same, but one's a little bit better shooty and one's a little bit better choppy.
Yeah.
But they're both actually very good. It's just a Forgeworld model.
Yeah.
And you have to pay an arm and a leg and give a kidney to get this.
Would an apt description be basically Carnifexes, but bigger?
Better.
One's more kid.
They're
Like
330 points, 340 points.
That's nothing new to me for demons, mate.
I know. Carnifex is 125 or 135.
125.
Yeah. So they're like, they're good. They're very good. Yeah.
Okay.
That was Taj. We've got another one from Stephen. If you had to remove 1 unit from the Codex, what would it be?
Ooh.
That's a bit tricky. Just to point blank remove it. And no shortcuts.
Blood letters.
Blood letters. See,
I don't like them this edition at the moment. Obviously it can change with the Codex, but right now nobody's playing them. 140 points, too expensive. They die. Right? They annoy me, and I love them, and I own like 50 of these bloody models. Right? So I've put money into this. I've had to scour the internet, start collecting.
Plague bearers, didn't I?
Yeah. And I loved running them, but now it's, unless I'm going mono corn, cool. I think I was a bit hasty to say blood letter straight away, if I'm honest.
So I can cop out here and sort of say Cryptothralls, but if I was given a genuine answer, the Night Scythe. I think there's absolutely no need for a Night Scythe.
Oh, Doom Scythe and Night Scythe.
Well, the Doom Scythe is...
There's a Shroud in there, is that?
That's gone. That's gone. Yeah, that already got deleted. I can't really think of anything more than that.
You have quite a alright range,
I think the range is good.
Because you have versatility for what you want. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we just need no, I was going to say choppy character, but we've got Catan, so I can't complain too much, can I?
Do you know what I think you need? I think, and I don't think it's going to happen because I don't know much about the lore side of things. I think you need a small, like a Rhino is like 75 points. You need a small BS transport unit that transports only specific units again, like Immortals and Deathmarks, for example.
We have a Ghost Ark.
But that can only do...
But that only does Warriors and only does 10.
Yeah.
Now I found a bit of a formula in 9th, but this edition, there is no formula.
No.
I don't think there is anyway. So I don't want to say the Ghost Ark though. I wouldn't delete the Ghost Ark because I do like the Ghost Ark.
I just feel that you could do with another transport for other stuff.
I mean, there's a...
But I mean, you've got the Hyperface.
We've got the Monolith, which isn't a transport, but it's, sucks infantry in and out and all that.
Yeah,
and we've got the Night Scythe, which I've just deleted in my head, which can take, I can't remember what it can take now. I've not even barely looked at it this edition. I don't know if it's infantry or if it's, I think it is infantry.
Oh, so the one you want to delete is an actual...
That is the one.
From what I'm saying
but
to you.
But the price of it's probably expensive in terms of points, and it's a flyer. It's not like a nice little Rhino that just drives up and you've got to pop it first. It's a flyer.
Okay.
I don't like it. There used to be a method of getting Lich Guard in. You spend 2 CP doing this and another CP doing that, and you get virtually like a 2-inch charge or whatever, 3-inch charge, but you spent like 3 CP doing it.
Yeah.
But now we've got the Hypercrypt Legion. We've got Wraiths.
You got ways of moving on.
Wraiths are brilliant now.
Ophidians.
Ophidians, I wouldn't use them to fight.
No, it's not.
People still say the strength is only strength 4. It's like they're not there to fight. They can defend themselves, but they're there to score. Especially if you're not playing the Hypercrypt. But
yeah.
Can't convince everyone.
No. Everyone's got different plans.
Yeah, of course it is. Hence why I want to go on a more personal route, because then I can just give my opinion.
I'm sticking with getting rid of blood letters at the moment because I'm bitter.
I'm going to get some more.
What are you going for now?
I don't know, just a bit of everything because I keep getting peckish.
That strawberry quality streets over there.
It might be, but...
Yeah, they look like quality streets. Ooh.
Yeah, you want to grab that?
No, go on, you crack on. I'll stick with the roses.
The roses.
Yeah, I'll stick with the roses and there's tea cakes. Your missus has done a great job, hasn't she?
She has done a good job. I said to her, there's only a couple of us. Don't go mad. It's enough to feed a football pitch here. Football team.
The dwarves are coming here before they go to the Lonely Mountain.
Yeah.
If you don't understand that reference, that's on you, that is. That's not my fault if you don't get that reference.
I thought you don't mind.
Please comment in the description below if you got that reference due to the going to the Lonely Mountain. If you are, I'll be your friend. Right.
Yeah. Right.
Go on then, I'll ask one.
Go on, you go.
What's your favourite Christmas song?
Alright, it's a bit different. What's my favourite Christmas song? I like the more, you know, like the British classics. I'm not really into like the American classics. That's just nostalgia, isn't it? The British ones like Shakin' Stevens, as an example.
How's that
Merry
going?
Christmas.
How's
No,
it
I'm not saying I knew you were going to ask. Or Wizard, for example.
Right, okay.
They're my sort of two.
So, I might have to get you to hum it at least, because I always thought...
I get them mixed up, those two.
I thought Wizard was like Slade. But Slade is, so here it is, Merry Christmas. That's Slade, isn't it? And he goes, it's Christmas!
I get all three of them mixed up.
And I know Wizard does one.
Shakin' Stevens is like, snow is falling.
Okay,
all
yeah.
around.
Yeah.
I can't remember the Wizard one now. I've lost it. How does it go?
Gonna hang a stocking on
Is that them?
the wall. I have no
Well,
idea.
I like them kind of ones, either way.
Right.
But from the more like recent times, I like the Leota and Lewis one.
Don't think I've ever heard it.
You have. One more sleep. One more sleep.
Got you singing.
Yeah, she's
no.
like the British Mariah Carey.
No.
Except Mariah Carey's
I'm-
obviously up there.
I'm gonna tell you now, I've probably never heard that song in my life.
Really?
Yes, I'm a metalhead.
I'm a pretend metalhead.
I'm a...
Is there any metal Christmas songs?
There is there is from our Lord and Saviour Corey Taylor. It's basically about how he hates Christmas.
Oh. Halloween.
It's
was
got
the other
it's
one.
got jingle bells and stuff in it. It's
my
brilliant,
God.
brilliant, really well done.
So right, another question for you. If you can recall, this is from Ink, by the way. Ink, he is one of our council members, so shout out to you, Ink. If you can recall, what were your first 40k models?
I'm drinking with no water in the glass. Why is it empty?
You can pop that open if you want, the old Prosecco or whatever it is.
No, yeah, maybe in a bit because
In a
I'll
minute.
turn into an animal. when I've had a drink.
You're alright.
Why so funny? I just get a bit rowdy.
Go on. Your
My first
40K?
40k model.
Ah.
I bought a bunch. It was the Drakari.
Oh, that was it?
I bought a Start Collecting Drakari box.
Oh, the whole, yeah, start.
Yeah, I bought the Start Collecting box.
But you
and
also
then-
bought the leader, right?
No, she was in it.
Oh.
I can't remember her name. I can see her long flowing hair.
Yeah, she had that hair, yeah.
Oh my god, she was like a succubus. Lilix.
No, I was thinking of the other one beginning with K.
Oh no, it was the
that's a guy.
succubus. It was the succubus in the box.
Yeah?
Yeah, and then there's the named one.
Who's
that
the K
was
guy?
K.
I'm sure it begins with K. Don't worry
Lost.
about it.
Lost.
But it's Drakari, yeah?
Yeah, Drakari. I bought the Start Collecting box, and then I think I bought some bikes like speeders. Oh my god, that's gonna bug me what they were called.
3 years ago.
Yeah. What were your first models?
I can tell you my armies, I can tell you all sorts if you want. The history of Planet 40k. I started off with Space Marines, and it was Dark Angels.
Yeah.
It was just a basic tactical squad. It was like £12 for a basic unit.
Okay.
And then I very quickly changed to Ultramarines. At that time I didn't know what I was doing. The rules just didn't work. I was just making them up. We weren't playing properly. I changed to Ultramarines, Then, what else did I do back then? I did orcs. But again, we were kind of mixing orcs, like orc characters with like librarian and Terminator armor. They'll be in the same unit, and we were just picking teams like football teams, basically.
Okay. Because you didn't know.
We didn't really understand the rules. We were
just wanted to play.
Yeah.
Okay, I can get that.
And then I can't remember. I think it was Necrons. I think came up at that point, somewhere around there. Trying to think of all the other factions. It weren't anything I've got now. So yeah, it must have been Necrons. So I was painting all my warriors up and they were like this bronzy colour. But then I just stopped playing.
What, 40k in general?
Yeah, it wasn't cool at the time, like back then, being a young teenager, peer pressures, and it's not cool to play this game, you're trying to fit in, so I kind of left it. And it was only...
Yeah, okay.
I only came back to it, I don't know what edition it was, I think it was 8th. And I just said to a friend of mine, I said, do you remember we used to play this game? He's like, yeah, it was really good, wasn't it? And I'm like, yeah, it was really good. I want to play it. And he's like, oh, I want to play it. So at the time I was looking at doing Grey Knights. I don't know why. I never did Grey Knights in the end, but I was looking at Grey Knights. I was like, oh, I can't remember what you call them now. The big Dread Knights.
Nemesis Dread.
Yeah. They were really luring me in. I was like, that looks really cool.
Yeah.
And anyway, we just started up again. And I went back to my old faithful with the Necrons. And I can't remember what he did. What did he do?
Space Wolves?
He did Space Wolves, yeah, he did Space Wolves, and he
Wolves,
absolutely hated it. So he was like, it's so weird that they're just wolves. And they're like werewolves. He didn't like it, so yeah, he doesn't play them anymore. But yeah, first model though, yeah, just tactical marines. Just basic tactical marines.
You ever dabbled in chaos?
Oh yeah, I did. I totally forgot. I went from... What did I do? I did like Abaddon and all the Black Legion Terminators.
Okay.
And then I liked the Nurgle side of it because back then you could pick your Chaos God and it gave you the ability. It wasn't like a separate codex, it was just in the codex.
So it wasn't like Death Guard?
No, Death Guard didn't exist.
Right.
You were just Nurgle. So if you were Nurgle, for example, it was a +1 toughness. So the strategy was you take Chaos Marine Bikers that were standard toughness 5.
Yeah.
You put them to toughness 6. Back then toughness 6 was hard.
So you'd only make them Nurgle.
Yeah, you can choose what you want, but I would...
But then you can have other bikers, but they could be Khorne.
Yeah, so they'd get a +1 to their charge and attack, I think it was, or strength.
I kind of like that, actually.
Yeah, it was kind of cool, and that was Space Marines all round, and demons were linked to Chaos Space Marines. They were just like, you can summon these demons for free everywhere. That was how they used to operate.
Yeah, I think I'd get a bit of a boner over that.
Then Death Guard came out, and obviously I naturally went to Death Guard because
you like the Nurgle.
I like the Nurgle stuff. Although I didn't really like Death Guard, I started playing it, and I was like, this isn't for me. It felt very cartoonish. It was like, I can't remember the characters' names, but they had this like purple, green, what were they called? Plague Surgeon, I think was one of them.
Plague Surgeon.
And there's the Bell Guy. It just looked a bit weird.
Lord of Virulence.
And then Games Workshop messed around with all the codexes, which pissed me off. You know about that one, right? When they brought out, I think it was 8th edition, Chaos got their book. They've not had a book since, a million years ago, they've not had a book. Everyone's going, oh my god, we got a book. Then, I can't remember the exact order of this, so I might be getting this slightly wrong, but they then brought out another book. I think it was like Vigilus Ablaze, it was like a volume 2 of the first one.
Okay.
There was also the Death Guard book in between this as well, so now I've got 3 books. The Vigilus Ablaze book and the volume 2 book were meant to like synchronise everything together, but it had some stuff in that book and some stuff in that book, so you had to buy both.
So you got like 3 books on the go just to play a game of 40k.
And then, not long after that, a new edition came.
So it's all done.
So it all went to the bin, and it was a Chaos Index. And I was like, now there might be something the wrong way around there, but basically I had to get 4 books in a row within about 5 months. And I was just angry. And I was like, I sold all my stuff, all my Chaos stuff. I went, I said, I'm not doing this.
Literally threw your toys out the pram.
I literally threw my toys out the pram. I said, I'm not doing it.
I would though. That'd annoy me.
Because I used to be the kind of person that got everything. This is like, now I do anyway because it's for the channel. But back then I was buying all the cards because you had all the like index cards in a way. But it was for, what were the cards for back then? It wasn't index data sheet cards. It was the psychic powers and stuff. It was all different back then. Psychic plays.
Oh, okay.
So I brought all the cards, and I was just like, I've got these books, these cards, everything, and you've just changed it up again. And in fact, they further added insult to injury. Right in the last month of 8th edition, they had a book out called, I think it was like War Dogs or Air. It was like flyers that could fight off the table. So the flyers are in reserves, but there was an entire book of rules where they can battle each other before entering in. And I just thought,
so they could come in wounded.
Yeah, but it was kind of dumb because they're off the board on a shelf, and you're rolling dice for them, and it just felt weird. But then again, a few months later, new edition. It's like that can go. It's like so many people bought these books.
I'm wondering if that flyer thing is just we've got an idea, or a new edition's come in, so let's put it out, see how it does, because
yeah, but at the consumer's expense.
It's always going to be at our expense.
I know, but that's what pissed me off.
Yeah, no, I get it. But that though, actually, I kind of get. I don't know how it worked, but I kind of get where they were coming from because I know you want to play and you fight on the board, and that's how it is. And then the flyers are off. The flyers aren't going to be sitting back at the bloody airstrip going, "They called us in yet?" No, not yet, mate. They're not going to do that. They're going to be flying around the battlefield.
There were some cases where, oh, your flyer's dead.
I wouldn't have that.
It's not even entered the battlefield. It's gone. It's destroyed.
I wouldn't have that. What I'd have is if I'd be going on a tangent here, but if it was me and I was designing it, I'd go right. If as long as there was another flyer in these reserves, while they are off the board, both of them, they're in a dogfight, and it's not roll to hit, roll to wound. What it is when you come on the board, you roll a dice. If you fail it, you've just taken X amount of damage.
I don't mind that, but it wasn't. It was like a rock, paper, scissors kind of method.
Right.
And it was very random, and you could die.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. Yeah, not for me that.
So basically, well, I'm coming on the board on a 5+. Yeah, on a 5+ or 4+, 5+. Roll a 5+. If it's 5 or higher, you've taken some damage because you've been off fighting.
Hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Then you come on and you've still got your fly, but he's been a bit wounded because this one's been chasing him down.
Yeah, I don't know. I was already annoyed at the chaos thing, so I think I was just in a bubble of hate.
I don't know, just the straw that broke the camel's back.
That's exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I get it.
What else have we got? We got Dark Pantheris. Okay, here's a serious one for you. Games Workshop contacts you. They want you to head up the 40k design team, but you have to give up your YouTube channel to take the position. What do you do? Good question, that. What do you do?
So I'm part of the design team, as in
you're heading it.
I'm heading it. So I'm designing 11th edition, possible new models.
Yeah.
I need a good team below me.
But you leaving your channel?
No, I don't think I would.
You really wouldn't?
Don't think I would.
Wow.
Don't think I would. Because I don't know about the guys at home. Me, I'm a British man. I like to moan. I don't think I have the. I mean, I kind of just did a mini thing there with the aircraft. So yes, I'm about contradicting myself a little bit here. As I say, I don't quite have the intellect to design a game. I think I could with a team, but
yeah, but it says you can head it. You can just tell people to do stuff. You don't have to actually do it. You just get paid the big bucks.
Am I publicly known that Aaron Powell is the head of 11th edition? Sod that. There'll be too many people knocking on my door going, why have you done this? Because I said so.
But you look at your bank account.
It's not all about money. It is and it isn't.
Well, that's what the question is. Like, no, maybe it isn't implying that really.
No, it's not.
It's implying that you get to do your own design and your own rule set.
I would. Not an edition. This is a great question. It's put me on the back foot a bit.
It doesn't necessarily say edition either. It just says you're going to.
No, you just be the head
up the design team.
Yeah.
Maybe you're designing Chaos Demons, new codex.
I wouldn't mind that.
Maybe that's.
I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind getting some rules because I'm quite fair. I wouldn't want anything too overpowered.
No, you are.
I know you. I know you'd. It'd happen and then it'd get nerfed, right? Because that's what happens now. When they design something, not everything's going to be 100%. Although I will say, I think the indexes were phenomenal start of this edition.
Yeah.
I think they were mostly even across the board, bar Eldari that ran away with the win rates and whatever.
But it was always going to have a codex creep because they've got so many more ways to play. So that's why.
Yeah, but I don't know if we're seeing codex creep because Tyranids aren't high up on there.
No, but they were near the start.
No, everyone. No, if you actually look at what they were putting out, the percentage-wise, everything was around, I think, 54%
I don't think they got anything
to 44%.
Hmm.
There was not many There was always going to be a loser, and the loser at the start with the index was Death Guard. They were the loser, and then the winner on the flip side was Eldari. It's just going to happen. But everything else had a balance according to the win rates. Do you know what I mean? So,
but do you think Necrons have got a codex creep, or do you think they're still?
I don't know yet.
Don't know enough, do we?
I don't know.
I'm on the fence with that answer because a lot of people say, you know, the Canoptic Court is fantastic, Hypercrypt Legion, fantastic, but other people say we've been nerfed to crap. The Warriors suck now. All our reanimation stinks.
I loved your reanimation in the index. I remember you going, "Nah, it's poo." I was like, "I
that
like it."
That was pre seeing anything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But I was like,
we didn't know about reanimators, and you know, we didn't know the synergy.
I did like it, and I thought the potential was there was nice. Obviously, it's changed now. I think Codex creep isn't going to be as big this edition as it was last edition. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, but I don't think it's going to be as detrimental.
That's a good thing.
Well, it is, because you don't want to turn up to a game and go, I'm Custodes, what are you playing today? And you go, I'm Eldari, which is the meta. Oh, you've got a 70% win rate, I may as well just go in.
Yeah.
Like, I struggle against... What factions do you struggle playing against?
Demons. No, I did alright the last game, to be fair. I don't know, because of the new codex, I've not had enough experience to know.
No, I meant overall.
Oh, in overall, Eldari, for sure. I mean, even when you dropped up with Eldari,
yeah,
he'd not played that edition and he battered me. It's just the rules.
Different, isn't it?
It's just the rules.
Yeah, for me, this edition at the moment, I hate playing against Custodes. Melee, innit? I can't be dealing with that.
I've not played them enough.
Oh,
so no.
I've had a couple of run-ins with them, and every time I just want the earth to swallow me up and eat me. You might laugh at this one. Tyranids. I always seem to struggle against Tyranids, and I don't know why. Because I kind of know how they work, but I always seem to struggle against Tyranids. And I can't put my finger on it.
I think Tyranids, once you know their weaknesses, they're a pushover.
Yeah.
Strength-wise, I mean, if you're a Tyranid player and you want to play competitively, there's only a couple of units that you can do that are strength beyond 9, for example.
Okay.
You got your Zoanthropes, strength 12, I think they are. Tyrannofex, if you go with the Rupture Cannon, there's only 2 shots with that. There's not much, even like all the big monsters that are, you know, Swarm Lords, Hive Tyrants, they're only strength 9. So if you start bringing Catan or vehicles with in-run saves, they're struggling.
What about the Forgeworld stuff? I know we touched on it earlier. Because that's where the big boy points come in.
Yeah, but they're still...
Because you think that's a good example, the Hive Tyrant and the Swarm Lord. They're leaders, they're not standalone. I mean,
they mainly do stand alone. If anything, you actually do stand alone. Because you can put them with the Tyrant Guard, but then you lower the toughness of the leader. Because they're only toughness 8, I think. And the Tyrants are like... Off the top of my head, I think like 10. Okay. 10 or 11, something like that. So you're lowering. So if they get precision, hits or epic challenge,
you take it on the bodyguard.
You take it on the bodyguard unit.
Yeah.
In terms of toughness, anyway. So I think they do stand alone, but when you're looking at the barbed Herajul, that's a 330 point model. That's getting expensive.
See, this is where we differ a bit in terms of styles, because I'm demons and I run monsters, I'm used to spending Shalaxi 450 points.
Yeah,
I'm used to spending that amount.
I would take Shalaxi over anything in that codex.
Okay.
In terms of the big monsters.
Yeah.
What do you take that's better than Shalaxi?
There's not many, but she's very
expensive. There isn't a... What's his name? The big green unclean one. There isn't something like that. There isn't something like a Bloodthirster.
We've got the Norn now.
The Norn just gets to re-roll stuff, or in fact it gets the OC 15, which is what everyone picks.
You have to pick, don't you?
Yeah, you pick the OC 15 one. That's the good one. There is another, I think it's a Feel No Pain of a 5+ and OC 15.
Then the other one is, I know it because I've seen it. It's the you pick a model or a unit and you re-roll everything.
Yes, but you don't pick that one. You pick the other one. Now, in a video I've done, I actually picked the re-rolling one because I did it against Catan. So you can't guarantee you're on an objective to do the maths, but you can guarantee there's a Catan that you go up against. So I picked that one, but I explained in the video this isn't the one I'd pick, and no one picks it.
But again, where playstyles differ.
Yeah.
I probably would pick that because I'll go. Let's say you bring me a Nightbringer, and if I'm re-rolling everything and I'm playing,
It still doesn't finish a Nightbringer.
not even with lethal hits.
Not even close. Not even close.
Really? Not even with it shooting as well.
Not even near it.
How many points is the Nightbringer?
255.
That's going up in Jan now.
Oh, that's going up
That's
for sure.
going up. That's
I mean,
going.
you saw it the other day when we played, and you went. It slaughtered. You charged me with Bellicor, and you died.
Oh, I knew I was gone. I knew I was gone.
That's the power. That's the power he's got. He doesn't mess about.
No, he's going to be a 350 point model.
He should be.
I think.
I don't want to admit that, but he should be.
Yeah.
Damage. You got an extra bit of damage boost. Damage.
D6+2 now.
Yeah. 5+ Feel No Pain. I was only saying the day before we got all the leaks of the codex, I was saying into the Discord with the members, I was saying, oh, instead of having the halving damage rule, they should just have like a 4+ Feel No Pain save. That will also resolve the Transcendent Catan's enhancement things. You won't need it.
Yeah.
And then the next day it comes out, oh, they've got the Feel No Pain. I was like, oh, maybe I was right. It was a 5+, but they keep the halving damage thing. So they've got both.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a 4+, but still, halving damage is bloody good.
There's not many things that do
that. This edition, they are foul.
at the moment.
At the moment. But even if they go up, they're foul.
Yeah.
But if you rock up with 3 Catan to a tournament, I think you are strong. You're looking strong. And if you rock up with more than that,
I'll call you a dirty git, but
it's competitive play. Competitive play.
speaking of competitive play,
Yeah.
I've got one for you now. What's your favourite 40k combo and why? And I think we're going to be on a bit of a back foot here because that's quite a big.
I do have one, but it's not. I don't know if this is a combo.
Combo, strategy, or synergies?
It's when you bring the Canoptic Spider and all the Scarabs.
Oh,
I love that. I know it ain't, I don't know if it's the most competitive, but
I hate playing against it.
it might be with the Canoptic Core. I've not actually tried that in that list yet, but
I liked
it's
it.
just good.
I liked it.
They're bringing them back constant. You keep blowing up your Scarabs. They keep coming back. Then reanimation. The spiders shoot with the particle beamers.
Yeah, they're not nothing to sniff at. The spiders. They do work.
Only against certain factions though. If you can target them at range and pop them off, they'll go. They're only tough when it's
So like
6, I think.
Tower and Admit kind of thing.
Yeah, you don't want to go up
shoot
against shooty stuff. You want to go up against a melee faction. You experienced it. Wasn't
Yeah.
it? This wasn't when I was Canoptic Core, this pre-Codex. And you could not deal with them.
No.
But you were mainly melee.
I tied them up. I kept them. I tied them with the Plague Bearers. I tied them up, if you remember. Tied them up for a few turns.
Yeah.
Because I know, because they're Plague Bearers aren't getting nothing.
No.
They couldn't kill themselves. You know what I mean? But no, I did like it. I thought it did a bit of work.
What about you? You got anything?
I've got a couple, and obviously one a demon. Right? One of them is very simple. It's you take Bellicor, and then you take another Greater Demon or Greater Demons, and because he has his 6-inch Shadow of Chaos aura permanently,
I hate that.
you deep strike him within 3, or you advance him up, and then you bring them in.
So you just use him as the gate.
He's like a beacon, yeah.
He can do all the advancing.
Because there's a stratagem to advance and charge if you're in the Shadow of Chaos. Well, he's permanently in the Shadow of Chaos.
Yeah, that's the problem. Even if you've locked down all the objectives, he's there.
And then you're bringing in stuff like around wholly within 6 inches, which is easily doable. And they can then get their 6-inch charges off, maybe 7-inch charges off, 8-inch charges off. Bang! It's just lethal. Bang for Bloodthirsters.
And they can come in front of him as well. Can't
yeah, I don't have to be, as long as I'm 6 inches away from enemy models. No problem. So it's kind of a dirty one, and I do like that combo. The other one is with the Flamers and an Exalted Flamer. Same thing again, but it has to be with a stratagem to deep strike within 3 inches. You deep strike within 3, can't charge, don't worry, I'm not going to charge, I'm going to flame you. So I flame you, then my turn ends, you go to move.
Overwatch.
I overwatch.
I felt this in the last game. Horrible.
Yeah, and they can fall back and shoot.
Yeah.
So even if you get in and kill a couple, I can fall back and shoot you.
Right, I've got something for you.
Go on then. Let me.
This is from Drew Tavian. In fact, Drew Tavian had about 20 million questions. I could only get one in there, but this is from Drew Tavian. If you could play against any other 40k player, past or present, who would it be? Why? And what force would you bring?
Demons.
Demons?
I'd like to play, he's not there anymore, but I'd like to play the Australian guy, Bone.
Bone, he's from is he Tabletop?
Tabletop.
Tabletop. I liked watching him.
He was just over the top, and I love that energy. I do like Beard from there as well. I like all of them, but they're sort of my weird, zany people that I would like to go for a drink with. And I'd like to play them. So yeah, mine would be Demons. Demons, Bone. What about you?
Me, I was always a fan of, not so much nowadays because of time, but I used to watch mini wargaming. I was one of the Vault members. Why are you giving me that look? Mini wargaming, and I'd probably pick Dave. I think he's hilarious. And I would, I don't know what I'd bring. I mean, he plays Chaos.
Okay.
He's like a Khorne Berserker kind of guy. But I think I'll just bring my Necrons.
Yeah.
Standard, yeah.
So, do your viewers know about you and Dave?
There's nothing to say about me and Dave.
Yeah, come off it. What was it? Gaming Expo?
Yeah.
In Birmingham.
Ah, you're going to bring... Yeah, come on.
Yeah. So, we're at the Gaming Expo. I've never been. My good friend obviously showed me around. He's going, yeah, we'll go up and down the aisles, we'll keep it structured, we know what we're doing. And he just went, so we'll go around here and we'll go a bit. Wait, that's Dave from Mini Wargaming. Just storms off. Storms off. I thought, bye. Fangirl, didn't you, mate?
I fangirled it.
Yeah,
well,
fangirl.
not completely.
And then,
Yeah,
to be fair though, I do get why you didn't, but you wussed out of asking for a selfie.
Yeah.
I get why.
No,
you can explain why.
There was a situation. So there was a giant Khorne Berserker statue, and he was taking a photo with what I believe to be another fan. So there they are posing, and I'm patiently waiting, like a typical Brit, patiently waiting outside, waiting in line. And then they're doing a couple more pictures, and I thought, God, this guy's taking the piss. How many pictures does he want? And then they went off sort of like this, and I then realised they came together. Now I look really awkward. I've just been stood there like a plum. So I was now sort of embarrassed, and I looked at you and I went, oh, don't know what to do now. And then he went off and started talking to someone else.
Went to like a booth, didn't he?
He went to a booth and he was there for like an hour talking, and I thought, I can't really interrupt this. They're having a business conversation. So yeah, a bit of an embarrassing moment.
I wouldn't say embarrassing, only for you obviously.
Yeah, because I was loitering around waiting for him, but it didn't happen. But yeah, it was that fangirl.
You make it sound like,
oh my God,
you waited in the bushes doing, Dave, can I have a photo, Dave?
in the bushes.
No, I get why you didn't, but I think hindsight you should have gone, hi Dave, I'm a big fan, can I have a selfie? He could have said yes or no.
But I was waiting my turn.
Yeah.
That was the problem.
With no queue.
But there wasn't a queue, he knew the guy. But it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, okay.
It's cool. Whatever.
Right, let's push on to the next one.
Right, Archangel with a 3 in the Angel. Aside from the armies that Planet 40k channels focus on, what other armies interest you the most and why?
Well, obviously, I'm going to push back onto an earlier question on my plans for next year because I didn't quite go into it.
No, you didn't.
So, my plan for next year for the Demon Prince Gaming channel will be still going to do demons, but I'm going to push more and more into chaos as the year goes on.
As in Marines?
Yes. So, phase 1 is... I'm putting them in phases like the bloody Marvel films, you know what I mean? Phase 1 is Thousand Suns.
Yeah. So, which you haven't got many of them, have you? Oh no, you do.
I've bought some stuff.
Yeah,
I've got some stuff ready to.
I got you some stuff, didn't I?
Some exalted sorcerers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm starting to dip my toe into Thousand Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Once I've got enough-ish that I can play, build, and do content, obviously for the lovely viewers at home, I'm then going to go into World Eaters.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Then at the end of the year, in phase 3, will be Death Guard.
Mm-hmm.
So the answer to the question obviously will be them, but I'm kind of again contradicting myself and waffling. I really like Custodes.
Well, you're one of them players, are you?
I really like Custodes. I know I hate playing against them, but I keep going. I just love the concept of I've got no tanks, got no dreadnoughts.
You've just got a couple of infantry.
We're just infantry dudes that are hard as nails and we protect the
Not
Emperor.
many models.
Protect the Emperor. That's where I don't think I'll be good at playing them. I don't think I'll be a good player. But I just like the feeling they're the golden boys, and I kind of like that, and they draw me in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What about you?
I've still got a whole cupboard of Tau that wasn't touched since last year. That was a bit of an impulse buy.
Okay.
But I was going to do something with them, but then they took away all the drones things, and that annoyed me as well. Because that was one of the things that dragged me in. It's like,
it pulled you in, yeah.
There's all these,
You've not had much luck.
No, I haven't. I don't know how many drones there was. There was maybe like 10 or something. And each unit can pick any kind of drone.
Yeah.
It could be a shield drone with an
Yes,
or a paint or whatever. Or cover. They were just really good. You shoot your drones, and they just took that all away. They might bring it back in the codex. You never know. But I like the idea, because I played against someone in the league we used to beat him. And he had Tau. And he had all the little green dudes. I forgot the name of them. The little green... They're like the old... I think it's Kroot. That rings a bell? Kroot?
They're just the regular... Oh, yeah.
The little green... They're not really Tau looking. They're just like
they're
some
green,
other thing.
Kroot
and you like spam them. And you get the ones on the little... with the little guns. And I was like, oh, I like the idea of this spamming Kroots. And so I brought out a Kroot. Didn't realise they were all resin. So I got the resin models. Then I brought the start collecting box, and I got the battle suits, and then before you know it, I spent, give away another kidney for Tau, and it's literally just been stuck up there. But I do want to get into them, it's just a time thing.
See,
I'm still painting up all my stuff.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Once you've finished it, it's the next.
Once it's done, it's done.
Hence why I said phases.
Yeah, I've not got as far as phases, but I'm in the process of getting my Necrons from the gold colour to the... Is anything semi-done? Maybe this one. To the orangey white kind of colour.
Yeah, I like the lure theme.
It just shows up better on camera. But the Tyranids I'm also changing up. They're over by the desk at the moment, but that's the old Tyranids, if that's on the camera. I don't know if it is.
Get one out.
Yeah, I'll get one out. These are my old...
These are my old ones.
Yeah. That's my Tyranid warrior, but that's the old Kraken kind of colour scheme. But I got bored of it, so I'm now changing that up as well.
We'll leave him out. We can join him with a pie.
So yeah, when you're painting your entire army, then your entire other army, it's
hard work.
Tau is on the back burner, I think. Yeah.
See, I thought you were gonna say orcs.
They're always in the back of my brain, and I like making little lists with orcs. I like making little lists. Because I did play them as when I was young, but I think that would be another headache. I don't need right now. I think I need to just...
I think when you're more streamlined and like you say, you've got everything. Let's say Tyranids were painted.
Yeah, if everything was done, painted, Tau was painted,
then yeah,
and we're doing back reports on the regular with all these different armies. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? But at the moment, I'm slowly catching up.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah. What else have I got for you? I've got one more for you here. This one is from Moomins.
Wasn't that a TV show?
Moomins?
The Moomins.
Never heard of the Moomins.
It's a cartoon show. No? It's your hero and all. The Moomins. They're like little... Were they hippos?
Moomins?
I might have just made that up.
I think you made that. I think you made that.
I'm determined to prove you wrong.
In fact, this kind of question has kind of already been done. What was your first model you painted, and do you still have it to show? I won't have the first models I painted as a kid, because that was... I literally gave all mine up. I actually gave it to my cousin, who didn't even play. Thought it would get him interested. Not very close cousin, and I went to his house like half a year later, and it was all just, you know, just thrown in his cupboard in bits, and I was just like, oh, everything's in bits. There's arms there, legs there, wings there. So
okay.
My models, I don't have.
Yeah. The first one I painted would have been one of the Space Marines. I don't think I painted the Drakari.
No, you didn't, did you?
Don't think I painted them because I weren't interested in the painting side of things. I'm still not. It's a frigging chore for me. I'm getting better. Don't get me wrong, I'm getting better, but I'm slowly finding it more therapeutic. Very slowly though, very slowly. But my painting is just, I don't have the patience for it. I mean, I say that.
I don't.
I say that, but I can take you through very quickly.
What's that?
So it's kind of like the style I went through. I can show them on camera. Right? They're basically the first stages of how I painted.
Yeah.
Which I can show to the cameras. So, come around.
Basic base coating, isn't it?
Yeah, so basically it was primed and then, you can't see that though, it's not zooming in.
No, it's not going to the right light.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there you go.
So, it's just basically, I didn't even prime my models. There's a flamer. Come on, focus in. There we go. Yeah, so basically, I didn't even prime my models. I put them in the base coat. That was corn red and then Nullen Oil, and then I've gone, yeah, that's done.
Done.
Because I didn't like the painting, and then I've got better and better and better, and then we're going to push on to where the standard has sufficiently increased. I think you can see, yeah, the lighting's not great, but...
Yeah, we've got a pink light above your head.
Yeah, it don't matter, but they can kind of see what I'm on about, can't they? I mean, and I think that is so much better, and then he's going to give you a little kiss. Mwah. But yeah, that's so much better. The standard is definitely a lot higher than it was when I first started.
It's just a time thing for me. I don't have enough time to put into it, so I end up sort of rushing myself.
It's having a plan, isn't it? Knowing what you're going to do.
And then I change my mind every 2 minutes.
That's your problem.
I mean, over there I've got the destroyers with the purple swords.
Yeah.
Which I then said, oh, I want to do orange. So I changed that.
Orange
is definitely
better decision.
Definitely better for me.
I'm going to go for a Chris. I can't speak.
Chris?
There's no alcohol in this. There's no alcohol.
It's not alcoholic J2O.
There is some Prosecco in it.
I haven't even opened it.
How does Christmas go down in your household?
How does Christmas go down in my household?
Yeah, like what's the go-to in your house?
I don't know if this is just the standard or whether maybe it's just a me thing, but we get up. I've got a little one, he's going to be 7 on Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? His birthday party's on Wednesday anyway. And
good save.
He gets up. It was a good save, wasn't it? He gets up. We make him sort of wait in the kitchen, and we go in the by the tree, and we kind of do the faces as if to say Santa's been or he's not been, and we always obviously go, oh, gets all excited. Okay. He comes running. We normally record it, so every year we show it to him, and he's like cringing. He comes running in, going, oh my god. So yeah, we spend the morning opening his piles of presents.
Yeah.
Only child, so he gets spoiled a little bit. And then, yeah, we just kind of chill. We watch like Home Alone. We watch Home Alone.
Is that like a go-to?
That's the go-to Christmas film for me, I think, Home Alone.
In our house, it's Christmas Chronicles, and they watch it in May.
Oh God, May.
It's good. Have you not seen it?
No.
It's really good.
No, I just stick
really
to Home Alone. We've already watched number 1.
I really, 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 and I think Kurt Russell is a fantastic Santa.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think he's a fantastic Santa. The kids love it. I think he's a great film as well. Don't like the second one. The second one's not as good.
And what else do we do? We
do any games or anything? Is he getting a bit old for that?
No, it's not. I don't think you can be old. You can be any age for games, really, at Christmas, can't you?
Nah, but, well, my kids are more interested in technology. That's what I asked. Do you know what I mean? Well, the older ones are.
Now, sometimes we like sort of go out for a meal. You know, a booked meal, but this year we're not. We're just going to stay in. And yeah, it's kind of a quiet one.
What meat you having?
On the old Christmas dinner?
Yeah.
I don't do turkey. I think it's just boring.
I'm not a fan of it.
I don't get it.
I'm not a fan of a turkey. It's just a big bird, and I'm married to one of them.
I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything there, but it's just bland. Not your missus. I mean, I mean the meat. It's just a bit tasteless. So I just go for the good stuff, the chicken and.
My old man loves cockerel. Rather than
specifically cockerel.
Yeah, we didn't go last year, but the year before, the last 2 years on the running, he had it rather than chicken. He had a cockerel, and there's a bit of a difference to it. Yeah. I don't know why. They're a bit bigger, aren't they, cockerels? But like I say, chicken. I like gammon.
Yeah, whatever. I have anything but turkey. I'm happy with. But you got to have all the veg. You got to have the Yorkshire puddings. You have the Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah, I do Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah, you got to have the Yorkshire puddings. The roast potatoes.
I used to love my mum's roast potatoes, and she used to do them in goose fat. So they were soft and then fluffy on the outside. But the missus, she does them quite small. They're not like big roast potatoes, they're like half the size what you imagine them. And she does them in like Liam Perrins. And they're so moist.
Right.
And semi-greasy. Oh, they're amazing.
Here's one for you.
They're amazing.
Play or pass? Sprouts.
Nah. I don't do veg.
So no sprouts?
No sprouts.
All day for me sprouts. Give me everyone's.
Really?
Can't stand. Love them.
Nah,
sprouts.
Nah. You're like that bloody bear. Sprouts.
Sprouts. Yeah, they're good. I like your sprouts. So what about you? What about Christmas for you in the morning? Because you've got a few more...
I have a brood, Carl.
You've got a brood. You've got a mob.
Yeah,
you've got a horde. That's how you like to play.
Yeah, horde, yeah. I do have a horde. The goblins, so I have 6 children. It's evolving, right, because of how little man is, because he's disabled, isn't he? So it's evolving with him and how he is, but normally it's the kids are getting us up. They're not allowed downstairs. They're not allowed to go downstairs until we're up.
Do they sneak downstairs though?
No, they're very well
behaved.
Good, yeah. They're very, very good. We will then go down, open the door, and the little ones will just lose their little minds. Like, oh my God, Santa's been! And I was like, oh, well, he didn't drink all the milk, did he? But he ate the cookie! Like, they go nuts, they love it. Like, they love it. And the older ones know the score, they know...
They just go down with their phones, right?
No, but they know Santa's not real anymore.
They don't spoil it though.
But they don't spoil it,
That's
and
fair.
I love that.
That's fair.
I love that. So me and the missus have 2 different traditions, and they kind of clash.
Right.
When it comes to opening presents. See, it's different for you.
See which one I agree with. Go on.
So hers were, you just go grab your presents and open them up.
No, not into that.
Mine was, it was one at a time.
Yes.
And you had to watch the person open it. Who's it from?
Yeah.
And you just take your time. It just longed out the morning.
It longs it out because otherwise it's over in like half an hour, and then you're like, I'm done.
Well,
Christmas over. Get New Year in.
Yeah. As a kid, obviously, you're sitting there going, "Come on, I want to open my next present." Like, you're buzzing, aren't you? As a kid, you're buzzing to open your next present.
But you need to learn to enjoy getting the joy.
Well, it teaches patience as well.
Well, that. But you're getting the joy out of seeing something that is from them to their sibling or their mum. Or whatever.
So, I don't know what we're doing this year because I've left it to the missus this time. I said, "You just do whatever you want." Yeah, I think it's going to be a free fall this year. But it's hectic in the morning. Obviously, a lot of clean up, and then she's going to do all the cooking. I sound like a right a-hole.
She's doing everything. It's all
she's
up to her.
doing the cooking.
She does all the cooking. I'm going to the pub.
I wouldn't mind that, you know.
I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't. She'd lynch me. Yeah, she's oh, yeah, she's doing the cooking, and then I would say I'll do the cleanup, but no, probably won't do the cleanup.
You're not helping yourself here, mate.
the kids will do a bit of cleanup because it's trying to instill chores and discipline.
Oh, that's your excuse, isn't it? It's one of those, yeah.
No, I think I'm a big kid, so I'm gonna be up dancing with the missus and stuff, trying to get her lively. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Try and keep it nice and wholehearted. You know what I mean? As the years have gone on, I'm turning into a Scrooge.
See, I'm
sat here with a Christmas jumper and a Christmas hat.
Yeah.
But I am turning into a bit of a Scrooge. I'm just going, it's just effort every year.
But with 6 of them, it would be though, wouldn't it?
Can you go in the attic and go get the tree? No, go get your own bloody tree.
Once a year. Come on, once a year. Right now.
Yeah, I know. I think that's age, mate. Age and being a demon player.
That would be it. I've got no more questions. Have you got anything else, or are you?
I've got a couple.
You still got a few more.
I've got a couple more, not Christmas related.
Okay.
I'm not going to get you to bust out a Christmas song again.
I was about to go full Mariah Carey, but never mind.
Oh, well, I mean, if you want, stage is yours.
No, we've already gone past that now.
So, what could Games Workshop do better?
What could Games Workshop do better? I've gone all serious again.
Yeah, these last two are a bit.
Well, not keep releasing books after books for starters. It's mainly to do with the rules, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be, but you can kind of forgive some of it because they've got so many different sectors and so many different teams that are working on things with deadlines. I get it, but I think the whole system needs a revamp because it doesn't work.
The thing is, they're business at the end of the day.
Mm.
They're there to make money.
Yeah.
So, I don't agree with, like, 9th. You said that was quite a quick addition change from 9th to 10th.
Yeah, quite.
Yeah.
Well, it felt
quick. Right. I think an addition, it feels like books, GTs and stuff. It feels like a Call of Duty game.
I don't mind that stuff.
Out every year.
No, what I'm saying. Nowadays I don't mind it.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like Call of Duty's out every year, and it's like I've got to buy another one again.
Yeah.
It's the same with this.
FIFA.
Or FIFA.
It's the same game.
Yeah. It's exactly. Why can't they just go? It's going to be 10th edition for 3 years, but there's going to be changes.
Well, so a little bit like Fortnite, or
like
seasons.
Yeah.
And then season 1.
But what they need to do, they need to hire an independent games company to do the rules.
They do. They had third-party game testers, but things just fall through the cracks, and you can only play by how they play, their style.
Yeah, and I get that's why things changed through the... I like the idea of an index at the start of every edition. I like that. I do like that.
But we got like books, I can't think of an example right now, but you get the book and you instantly find a problem and you go... Right, in fact, I've got one. The Triarch Stalker hasn't got the Triarch keyword. And there's a detachment with a stratagem that says a Triarch Praetorian unit can get OC +1, and if it's got the vehicle keyword, it gets OC +3. It's referring to the Triarch Stalker. That's the only other Triarch unit. But it's not a Triarch Praetorian. Triarch Praetorian is the infantry.
Yeah.
And it's not even got the Triarch keyword. It's just a Triarch Stalker. So little things like that, it's just like, well, now this rules as written, this does not interact with that detachment, and that stratagem
we all know it does.
We all know it does.
Yeah.
But how does that get authorised and ticked off from head office, and then through playtesting? If it is playtesting, I don't know if the books are playtested, but how does it get through all these channels and get to consumers?
I think the playtesting is more to do with...
That's more additions, isn't it?
I think it's more of, like, here's the codex, test out the detachments, write out your report, are they overpowered, do I need to nerf anything, does anything need to change on the data sheet?
There should be error checking, this is a fudge, I'm not going to go for that right now.
I think they do. Obviously,
they don't do enough.
I feel they don't do enough. I feel they missed
I
a fair
identified a problem with the Silent King in 9th edition. I actually got my balls hung on the comments, and I ended up being right. It was the Command Barge and the Silent King, they lost something. I can't remember what they lost, but they lost something. Do you remember?
Oh.
They weren't able to do like My Will Be Done or something.
Yeah, I was about to say, was it My Will Be Done? And
I
it
think it
doesn't
was.
interact with. They didn't interact with something anymore, but they did, and then now they didn't.
Yeah, but I had like a strong argument, and then they actually changed based on what I said, not because of me. I'm just saying
No.
my argument, and that proves that I was right.
Yeah.
But if I can see it sort of like instantly, why aren't the problem people?
The people that are writing it.
Yeah.
I think. Do you know what it is as well? I think it's because the way some stuff is worded. It can be misinterpreted. It's not clear. Sometimes, I mean, to be fair, I will give props to them. This edition, there's not been that many. They've done okay. I will give props to them there.
A few editions ago, I think it was 8th or 7th, or it was a mess. You had these common abilities, which I like. They've got it right now. Like Feel No Pain is common, but there were so many of them. There was like pages and pages of common abilities that you can just dish out willy nilly. Like there you have that, have that, have that.
Like candy.
And they just didn't interact with each other. They were like contradicting each other.
Random, yeah.
It was just such a mess.
It
is better.
I just, and again, they're a business model. They're here to make money. I just don't want them to go. You've got a new Overlord model, right?
Mhm.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Yeah, because they want you to buy the model.
Of course.
So I don't like that side of things, but I get it. I get why they do it. I just don't like that side of things. I don't like they're going. Here's a brand new Scarbrand model. He's now 200 points and he's an absolute beast. And you're gonna go, ooh, new model.
New model.
Because he's amazing. Because from a competitive sense, you're not gonna go buy a model if it's absolute dog poo. From a competitive sense.
Psychomancer.
If you're crap, if you're going to play competitive, you're not gonna pick something that's not getting picked. You're not gonna go buy it.
No.
You're just not. But they're a model making business at the end of the day. And I just wish it wasn't like that. I get why it's like that, I just wish it wasn't. Do you know what I mean?
What about the expense?
The price of the models. Some are overcosted, some are okay.
I'll tell you what, right? I built him. How much was his price on the back? No, it's not.
$27.50?
$27.50 it was. It's one sprue.
Yes.
One sprue for a bit of plastic, and you just think £27.50 for one character.
15 quid to 20 quid? Would you be more happy with that?
15 quid.
Yeah.
I know there's inflation and things are expensive, but geez, they are taking the piss.
Yeah.
They are taking the mick.
So some of them's fine. I don't mind paying like £90 for Bloodthirst. I actually don't mind that.
Really?
It's a big model. Yeah, I actually don't mind that. I don't.
I think it's more around the £60 mark. £70,
Is
£75
that
push.
That's what you'd pay.
Well, no, I'd pay whatever it is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
have to.
Yeah.
And they know that.
Yeah.
But what if it was like if it was up to me and I was trying to do it fair, I'd say like 75.
Yeah.
So I'm not happy with how they're just taking money, but like you say, they are a business.
Yeah. And we're the suckers that keep going in and buying the stuff.
We're not going to say no.
No, you're not.
Unfortunately.
I mean, some people, I know a guy, what he does is, he'll pick his army for that edition, maybe one or two, and he'll just buy a job lot on eBay. And then when he's done with it, he'll sell it and then buy another one. So he's never losing money. And I think the only thing he does is he'll buy the decks, or he'll get it through the app or whatever.
Yeah.
So he's not spending a lot of money.
Yeah. Not bad.
Quite a good way of recycling, rinsing and repeating whatever he wants to do, because he's a tournament player, so he just does whatever. And the last one, what aspect of the game do you wish you were better at?
Do I wish I was better at?
Yeah, that's a good question.
I get fatigued in games.
Sleepy.
I don't know, because I work. My job is an hour's drive, and I leave at 5 in the morning. Come back, got the little one, and then I've got the YouTube stuff, so I'm always knackered. So when we play a game, I get fatigued. I start forgetting rules. I obviously know all the rules, but in game I forget everything.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird, isn't it? It's so backwards.
Because, well, I've said this before off camera when they don't see, obviously, when we have our conversations, is sit you in front of the camera and talk about a unit, bang, ins and outs, A's, B's, C's, of what I can do with this unit. But when it comes to in a game,
forgetful.
Are they strength 4?
Yeah, that
is me. Do you know what I mean?
That is me.
But you know.
Have I done reanimation yet? I don't think I've reanimated. Oh, my whole army hasn't reanimated for 3 turns. Oh yeah, crap.
Yeah, it's I forget a few things. I'm not quite.
I forget a lot.
Not quite.
But it's fatigue, and it's if you're doing like a tournament, a couple of games, it's hard.
I think going back to the cards have helped you.
Yeah, that's why I love the cards.
Cards have definitely helped.
They just jog my memory. Go, oh yeah, I knew that.
Yeah. For me, I want to be more tactically sound.
I think you are tactically sound.
Yeah, I want to get, and I kind of go yes and no with that. I just want that next level, because I want to start. I don't know where I'm getting the time to do this, by the way. I want to start doing tournaments. I want to start going to GTs and stuff. I want to start doing that and dipping my toe in that kind of thing. I can even record it as a.
See, I want to do that, but I know my fatigue will not allow me to do that.
Speed as well, because you're not the fastest player.
I'm not the quickest, no. I'm very
I mean, your mate's even slower.
My mate's even slower, that's probably where I get it from. When you play against him, it could be a 9-hour match.
It's only 500 points.
It's an all-day event with him.
It's a bit unfair though, because you do have it. To be fair, you always seem to have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
To be fair,
and
whereas I don't.
The problem I also have is I don't like stick to a list and evolve it and try and get the best out of a list. I have to playtest as much as I can, even if it sucks.
Because you've got.
Because I've got to do videos
and
reviews.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I'll get the obelisk out and I'll say the obelisk is actually good. In last edition, I proved not proved, but I told a lot of people about it, and a lot of people are like, you know what, Planet OK, the obelisk is actually amazing. Why aren't we using it? I'm not saying it is this edition, because it's not, but last edition it was great.
Do you know what I don't get with players?
What?
Why they take everything as gospel. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean, but it's
they hear a thing. Somebody has a bit of influence. I'm not saying you, by the way.
I know who you're saying.
No. I'm not.
I would say.
I'm not even pointing towards where you're going.
You're right, okay.
Either. I'm not even pointing to that. It's just they see a thing, they've played it, they've heard it, and now all of a sudden it's gospel.
It's gospel. It goes everywhere like wildfire. Doesn't
Yeah. So I played one of my first games in 9th. A person that wasn't you down at the club, and it was in his charge phase, and I gave, I suppose it wasn't called an enhancement back then, but an enhancement to a bloodthirster that I could a relic. I could heroically intervene within 6 inches. When it come to his charge phase, I went, done. He went, yeah. I went, I'm heroically intervening. He went, no, there's no fights. I went, what? There's no fights, mate. You can't heroically intervene because there's no fights. And I went, what? I've never heard that before. And because this guy had been playing since 2nd edition, took what he said. So I'm guilty of it. Do you know what I mean? I'm guilty of doing it. So I took what he said and went, oh, okay, I can't do it. And then I went away and went, no, that don't seem right. And then when I asked the question, I went, yeah, don't know what he's talking about. Because he's played so long and gone so many editions,
it's hard to separate sometimes.
And you're like remembering rules from all over the gaff. Like that rule weren't fucking used since 1994. Apologies for the swearing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, I've had a few of those kind of games where you have to either bite your tongue and go, this is a friendly, can't be asked to cause drama right now, or you have to go, oi.
You have to back your corner, can you show me?
And a few times I have, and a few times I've been guilty of not, but it depends on the vibe, doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you're in a competitive game...
I think I know who you're on about, actually.
Yeah, we can't really talk about that. No, we're moaning now, you're grinching.
Yeah, see.
Being a Grinch.
Yeah, look, give me some Prosecco.
Oh, well, we're going to probably wrap that up in here. Is that all your questions? You've got nothing else for me? I've got nothing else for you. But yeah, I think that's all we've got today, so all I can say is...
Well, I'm going to say to these guys, I hope you have an absolutely fantastic Christmas and a very, very good New Year. I hope everything goes swimmingly for you. I hope everything goes swimmingly for you as well, for your Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, and all your little ends?
Yeah. Well,
and the big bird, as
and
you. They were your words, by the way.
The old big bird.
They were your words.
She's not yellow.
Yeah, she's gonna strangle me now.
She's gonna kill. Yeah, she's gonna kill me.
Cool. Well, yeah. Thank you all for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.